Well, here we sit. Walker Buehler closes out the Yankees in the bottom of the ninth inning, and in a playoff series where we keep looking back and seeing things that happen here, going back into history. Obviously, the comparisons of the Kirk Gibson home run to the Freddie Freeman home run. But remember, in '88, the Dodgers win that World Series. It's Orel Hershiser, who had a much different year than Walker Buehler did, winning the Cy Young 59 consecutive scoreless innings. It was Walker Buehler. It was Orel Hershiser coming out of the bullpen to close out the World Series for the Dodgers. And then here we are in 2024, and it's Walker Buehler, starting pitcher, coming in to close the game out in the World Series out for the Dodgers. The first career save for Walker Buehler, who wins the World Series for the Dodgers, and also coming off his last 3 games that he's pitched is probably going to make a decent amount of money with the shutout innings against the Mets, the shutout against the Yankees, and now closing out the final inning of the World Series.
Yeah, I think that probably gets you paid pretty well in today's Major League Baseball world. Good for him. I like the little Nike ad that they did where they had it, the storybook season. Here's the cast, like the end movie credits. So that was a big win as well. But for Walker Buehler, I mean, wow, how huge. I mean, the fact that you can link so many things to that 1988 squad, because people dismiss the last World Series, which is wrong and wrong-headed. Everybody played by the same rules. Shut up.
Yeah, it's just tough because in 2020 when the Dodgers won, yes, it was incredibly exciting. I still remember Urias closing out the ninth inning, and it was so tense because the Dodgers bullpen was terrible.
Yeah.
They're coming off that big Game 6 with the big errors that win the game for the Rays, and it was tense, but it was just everybody's attention was still split. It was
it's a different
elsewhere,
feel, sure.
Right? It was still, even though people watched the game, it was a bit, it was still elsewhere with what was going on in the world. So there was still that part. And that's same thing for the Lakers, why that didn't resonate as much because yes, we all watched, we all saw it. Everybody had the same rules, same everything. It just didn't resonate. Now it's almost like I feel like the Dodgers validated with their championship now.
Yeah. So now this year, especially the path you end up having to take, the fact that you could beat both New York squads back to back.
They're New York State champions now.
Well,
Dodgers New York State
I think
champions.
they now have to fight the Bills. I don't know what game we play to make that happen, but that's about it. But the fact that you beat the Padres, sorry family, unless I'm not, and then you take down both New York squads to do this. I mean, you want to talk about epic runs and kind of being able to push down and little brother. And the Yankees fans will still do, we got 27 and all of that nonsense. It's been a minute. It's been a while. You had to, invoke every distant memory that you could in the series to try to extend just saying, well, remember this, remember when, whatever. Like, no, none of that matters because the Dodgers, it was an odd series, but a lot of big moments and unlikely heroes and scenarios, to your point about Buehler, to come in and get the save, all hands on deck. We use that phrasing a lot in games, but and in these kind of series. But for Walker Buehler, he was in his post-game interview and he just had that wide-eyed, like, I just did that, right? For all of the chest pumping and everything he did as he was coming out, right? Fist pumping, chest thumping, looking at the crowd, like in the moment, like when it all kind of sunk in, he's like, wow, what a path.
I'm thinking 2-year, $50 million deal for Walker Buehler coming off of just 3 games and a total of 10 innings. I think you kind of have to give it to him.
Kind of there. Because if nothing else, you can hire him as your closer.
But look, let me just clearly he looked like he had his stuff back. You saw the breaking pitches had a lot of bite to them.
Velocity really was up something. In the upper 90s.
And and maybe you have something there with maybe he's better suited as a closer. Guys have made that move before to being hey, I was a really good starting pitcher, but arm injuries happen and now here I am. I have the bulldog mentality to handle the 9th inning of a game, and maybe we saw the birth of a closer tonight. But I'll tell you this, who is going to walk around like the biggest boss in the world.
Who's that?
After winning the World Series. He's going to walk into the post-game press conference, both middle fingers extended to everybody going,
suck these big artists.
I don't know that he'll quite say that.
Maybe,
but you are going to see Dave Roberts walk around going, "Who wants to question my pitching plan now? Why are you sons of blankety blanks? Where are all
I really
of you?"
did. I thought he meant Don Martin, our
all-
boss over at AM 570 and Fox Sports Radio as well.
Dave Roberts is going to walk around and go, "Where's all you blankety blanks? All you guys that said we gave away game 4. My pitching plan was bad.
You in particular, Smith.
I want all of you in front. No, and I'll be the guy in front. He's got
You'll
it.
wear it.
They won the World Series. It was a bad pitching plan. They took a lot of chances.
Mike
but
Harmon.
they won.
Mike Harmon, Fox Sports Radio. Dave, how could you possibly have added into your algorithm for your pitching plan the New York Yankees' ineptitude on defense in the 5th inning? I'll hang up and listen to your answer.
I'll tell you. Look, we'll get to the Yankees defense in a minute because that was just I don't know what to say about that. Infield practice starts tomorrow morning.
Yeah, no kidding.
But you look back at Roberts and where this game sat in the 5th inning. A 5-0 Yankee lead in which everything was falling apart for the Dodgers. Everything had fallen apart. All their plans, every bit they had with the bullpen games, because they got by with the bullpen games against the Mets, because the Mets got out to early leads and the Dodgers didn't want to chase those wins, right? We talked about this the last couple of nights. Game 2 and Game 6 of the NLCS, it was bullpen games for the Dodgers. And so, all right, let's see if it works. Well, the Mets get out to a 5-0 lead, a 5-1, 6-1 lead. All right, we're not going to go crazy bringing in the high leverage guys. We're going to kind of, put it away for the next day. Okay, I understand that. And then they rode the Lightning again last night with a chance to win the World Series, where the plan was low leverage guys all night. But you have the lead in the 1st inning. Freddie Freeman hit another home run. Nope, doesn't matter. It's a 1-run game in the 5th inning. Nope, doesn't matter. We're not going to go at any point to any of our high leverage guys. Bases are loaded. You got a 2-1 lead. Nope, gonna let Hudson pitch to Volpe. And it was a big fail, and it was all set up where the Dodgers made winning last night priority number 2 or 3. I've never heard a guy happier to lose 11-4 in a World Series game than Dave Roberts after the game was over. When he was asked, "How do you feel about your pitch?" "Oh, I feel great about it. Feel great about everything that went on tonight." Dude, you lost 11-4. You let the Yankees back in the series. How are you so happy? Everything was on tonight. And what happened? Jack Flaherty couldn't get out of the 1st inning. The Yankees were bombing home runs. Judge hits a home run. Stanton hits a home run. Chisholm hits a home run. It's a party. It's a party in Yankee Stadium, and suddenly it's, how are the Dodgers going to finish this game? Are they going to use their low leverage guys again? The Yankees have life. They're going to come back to L.A. swinging freely, and suddenly it's, boy, if Yamamoto doesn't win, what are we going to do in Game 7? Everything was going the Yankees' way, and the Dave Roberts pitching plan was about to be something that blew up in his face and maybe cost the Dodgers the World Series. And the Yankee defense did their part, and the Dodgers get back into the game, and they win. And the Yankee bullpen and the Dodger bullpen, they had 9 relievers tonight. They come in and do their job. Flaherty was terrible, but by and large, hey, 8 innings, almost 8 innings. Phenomenal job. The high leverage guys get it done. They don't let the Yankees dent the scoreboard, and they win the World Series. And Dave Roberts, or whoever else's plan it was, is walking around. The middle finger tour is beginning for the Dodgers, going, "You want to question my plan? You want to question my pitching plan? We just won the bleeping World Series on my pitching plan."
Yeah, it's like Joe Madden with the Cubs. I still have questions for him all these years later after their win back in 2016. But, yeah, I mean, you get to Trinan, who gives you 2 1/3 scoreless, only 1 hit, strikes out 3. Gratterall before him. I mean, after the 3rd inning, they only gave up 1 run, right? And that was the sacrifice fly to Stanton. They hit a mile high and peacocked it, knowing that was a run that was going to score. But yeah, early on, there were a lot of questions, and then the game came back to you. I mean, Kopech comes in, Vesia gets used before they go to Gratterall. I mean, go through and all your high leverage guys get their run in this one, and ultimately you're able to ride Trinan for 2 1/3. That's a hell of an effort that he put up for them before ceding to Buehler, who came in and had the best stuff. I mean, it was like he was, because you're always wondering, right? If a guy has to come in relief, is he going to have any of the command like he does training for his normal start, right? How regimented pitchers are. I mean, it's famous the superstitions and all of those mechanics to get from start day to the next start day, right? When you throw, how you throw, you're stretching out, all of those things. For Buehler to come in and have the inning that he did, I mean, that just, look, Dave Roberts is going to peacock about it, but look at what his guys did. Like, in the end, they've got to make the performance stand up to make him look like he had, like it was a master plan. Right? You could say it all. You could draw it all up. It's the old, everybody's got a plan till they get punched in the face. Well, Dodgers got punched in the face early.
And, and that's the thing about this plan was that this is why I didn't like it, is because it felt like it was just, they only had one plan, right? There was only one plan. It was the low leverage guys here. But what about, no. And then we do that so we win the next game with all the high leverage guys coming in. Not taking anything else into account that, what if Flaherty gets bombed? What if the Yankees start hitting? What if you don't hit? I mean, there's so many things, because the other side is trying too.
Yeah.
But it's like the only plan was, we're going for, this is how we're doing it. But how are you going to adjust on the fly? Nope, this is going to be our plan. And that's a bad plan. Any plan that doesn't have any escape avenues or parachutes where, okay, we have to adjust the plan and go here, is not a great plan. But it doesn't matter because it worked.
Yeah,
it worked
they're
for
holding up the
They have the trophy. They rode the lightning on the plan, and it worked. And what can you say?
Because
all the stuff. What can I say? They won the World Series.
But even yesterday in the low, leverage guys, I mean, Nat gave them 4 innings to give them a chance, right? He only gave up 1 earned in his 4 innings of work before ceding to Honeywell, where everything went off the rails. Like Dave Roberts, you want to talk about peacocking? If they'd been able to finish the sweep, one, it's a sweep, but if he'd been able to do it with that crew, I mean, think about what he would have been doing. I mean, that would have been full-on Conor McGregor walking around Chesty. But he was the first guy out of the dugout, fired up. So huge.
Here's the final call, how it sounded on AM 570 LA Sports, flagship station of the Dodgers here in Los Angeles.
Dave Roberts can hardly watch. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Buehler. Got him swinging! That's it! It's a World Series win for LA! They've done it! They finished the job and give Los Angeles the parade it's been waiting for! A swarm of Dodgers on the right side of the infield. Grown men but children again, living out their dream.
Stephen Nelson on AM 570. Congratulations to the Dodgers flagship station, and Don Martin, AM 570 LA Sports. There's going to be about 5 million people at this parade.
At least.
Right?
Well, I mean, they already closed the sheriff's office.
We
found that out.
They couldn't really have one in 2020.
Yeah.
There's going to be 5. Look, for all of the talk, hey, the Lakers own LA. They have LeBron. They're big. No, you know what? Listen, trust me, living here for 30 years, like I always say, when I go back to Michigan, what's the most popular team in Michigan? More people are wearing University of Michigan. Every third person is wearing something University of
Jason.
Michigan. Everything else is besides the point.
I got to correct you.
Go ahead.
It's going to be 5,000,004.
5 million. Why is that? 5
All
million.
4 Padre fans are going to show up to want to know what it feels like to be a champion.
Wow.
But it's here in LA with all the big sports teams. Every third person is wearing something Dodgers. It's Dodgers, then it's Lakers, then it's others. It's one of the few cities where baseball is number one. Look, and even in New York, with the Giants and the Jets and the Knicks, the Yankees are the number one draw. There's not many cities left where baseball is by far and away the number one draw. But just walk around LA for 5 minutes and you see there's people. I'm not saying people aren't wearing Lakers gear, but nobody to the extent of Dodger hats and Dodger t-shirts that are absolutely.
You know my old measure, how long it takes us to drive up here in traffic as it gets to the fall. It's all car flags and decals, baby. Mm-hmm. That's how you know the measure of a team in a city.
The World Series MVP has been announced, and it's Freddie Freeman. I know.
What?
I couldn't.
What are you doing? You couldn't tease that ahead?
I couldn't do it. Come on. Like it was going to be a shock.
It was going to be a cliffhanger.
What am I going to say?
We'll find out coming up.
Come on, man. I couldn't do that. Come on.
You're Freddie Freeman and you fingered New York.
I couldn't give you the Steve.
You should print those T-shirts immediately.
I couldn't give you the Steve.
Daddy, would you like some sausage?
The Steve.
Daddy, would you like some sausage?
You're a lunatic. Maybe it's Freddie Freeman. Maybe it's somebody else. Maybe it's not.
Maybe it's Dave Roberts.
No.
He said, "I deserve this damn thing. I'm walking off," and he just
okay.
leaves with the statue.
I was thinking back to Bruce Almighty when they go to Steve Carell and for a teaser, and he goes, "Are your children in dire jeopardy? Find out after the game." Like I can't do that. I can't do it. Freddie Freeman is your MVP.